Alright, I'm back for round number 2, and I won the die roll, so I will elect to play. And this hand is great. So we have a Noble Hierarch, a Voice, and we have Hierarch into Voice into Rhino, so it really doesn't get better than that. So we'll go ahead and keep this hand. And then a Witness in case things get hairy. Okay. That's interesting. Our opponent begins with a Ley Line of the Meek in play. So, I don't know. Honestly, I don't know what that means. Some sort of token deck, maybe? Hopefully that, I guess, Orzhov Pontiff may be good against them. Really don't know what Ley Line of the Meek means. Yeah, it looks like black-white tokens. But, yeah, Ley Line's an interesting choice. Alright, well, I'm going to play Wall of Roots into a Voice. If I didn't draw the Wall of Roots, I probably would have... I would have had to tank on whether or not to shock myself. I probably would have just played this tapped and then played the Voice so as to not take damage. Alright, here we're in kind of sweet shape. I get to attack with the Voice with Exalted. Hit my opponent for a bunch, and then cast this Siege Rhino. And now we're putting some pressure on. And hopefully I can draw like a pod or something. That'd be awesome. This is probably going to be like a Lingering Souls or a Spectral Procession, which is annoyingly pretty good against this. Yeah. 3/2/2 flyers is pretty good. Well, I'm just going to keep bringing the beats on in, so... And our opponent's just not blocking, period? Wow. Just, that feels bad. Hopefully I can draw a... I don't want to play this Witness yet. I'll save it for, like, one of these creatures if they die. I will say this doesn't seem good, though. Running the no blocks. I can't even Abrupt Decay the Ley Line if I draw it. It's awkward. If it's like Path to Exile plus another token generator, I'm in big trouble. Sorin, Solemn Visitor. That's pretty bad too. Jeez, okay. Oh, I should have cracked that Verdant Catacombs. That was bad. Speaking of bad, our draws. Well, I'll kill Sorin, I guess. All I need is a Birthing Pod. Birthing Pod would pull me back into this. some other token generator probably. Yep. I'm not even sure what I can draw. I'm not gonna crack these though. It's not it. Alright, well, we were just getting absolutely slaughtered. That was really bad. Well, I want another Orzhov Pontiff. I want Sin Collector. I want... Do I want the Malira combo against him? Not sure. I kind of just want a Rhino this deck. I definitely want these decays for like intangible virtues and things. And I want the Reclamation Sage. I want the Scavenging Ooze because it gets rid of lingering souls. Oh man. So now what am I cutting? I probably don't care about Shriek Maw. I don't want Wallow Roots. I'm drawing too much mana. And I don't think Voice is actually that good. Let's cut a Voice. So now let me see. I want Linvala, I think, because it's just another flying creature. I don't know, maybe I want the combo, like Viscera Seer, Malira, and Chords. So let's see, if we bring in Viscera, Malira, and then 2 Chords, because I don't think that some of these ground pounders, like I don't think Voice is where I want to be. So I'm fine cutting like 2 of the Voices, and like cutting a Finks seems fine. And then he probably has Zealous Persecution, which is something I have to watch out for as well. Maybe I think I just cut all the Voices. I don't think that card's really ever going to be that good. It's just a bear. And we'll try this. See how this works. Alright, this hand's great. I forgot to bring in the Ranger VS, didn't I? Wow, that's really bad. Oops. Well, we have the Archangel. We can get a Kitchen Finks. So, I'll have to see. I'm not sure how to play this game out. It's going to depend. Like, there are a number of different ways we can play this. Like aggressively potting or conservatively or whatever, but I think turn 1 birds, turn 2 pot is probably a really good line. And then maybe like if he just plays like a Spectral Procession, I can go like pod Pride Mage into like an Orzhov Pontiff to Wrath or something. Alright. Our opponent did keep 7. So we'll see. Just a Windbrisk Heights. Decay is a fantastic draw. So now we can go ahead and play this pod, and Decay is just a great if he has like Virtue or something, this is a great way to ensure that we can still pontiff him even through. Well, that's gross. Jeez. Tilt. I can attack for 1, but I'd rather just hold the mana up and play this. So, no, I probably should have attacked for 1. Yeah, that was probably bad. But if he just plays like a Virtue here, I want to be able to Pride Mage it, and then untap and play Archangel. Also, I kind of want him to path my Pride Mage, to be honest. That way he doesn't have a path for Archangel. Well, there's Virtue. Yeah, I still don't think I want to Pride Mage it yet. Oh man, another pod. That's pretty good. I'm just thinking of the worst case scenario, which is him having like Day of Judgment or something. So I'm just gonna cross my fingers that he doesn't have Day of Judgment. But I think I have to play the Archangel. And just represent like... Okay, wow, doesn't even have... Just concedes. Giant Township 2 would have been great. Okay, well, that was easier than expected. So now let's bring Ranger of Eos in, so we can find Viscera here. I don't think I want Thoughtseize. Maybe I'm supposed to cut 1 Rhino. I don't really want to cut a Rhino, but I don't want to have too many 4s, so we'll cut 1 Rhino, and we'll run that, and see how that works out for us. Kind of an awkward hand, but I'm going to keep. If this gets like dismembered or something, that's really bad. Alright, so hopefully we draw some lands and get to curve out with some of these cards that are really good. I think I'm going to fetch for a Overgrown Tomb because I get white off of Hierarch. Well, yeah, I think we're still going to fetch for... And I think I still am just going to play Hierarch here. I think I'd rather, if he kills something, I'd rather him kill this, and then this survives. And hopefully we draw an actual land, so then I can play Bird plus like Ooze or something. I still think I just play like Kasali Pride Mage here. Instead of just playing, it's either play the Bird or play like Ooze or play Pride Mage, and I like just Pride Mage because we can attack for 4 next turn with the Pride Mage. And this also helps us blow up that Virtue if I need to. It's probably like a Lingering Souls. Thoughtseize. Okay, I'm actually okay with Thoughtseize. My hand's just all good stuff, so doesn't really... I mean, maybe if he takes the birds and kills the Hierarch, that's really bad for me, but outside of that, I think Thoughtseize is fine here. It also doesn't mean it also means it's not Lingering Souls or Spectral Procession. However, my opponent might have raised the alarm, so that's something to keep in mind. Oh, that's scary. Takes the bird but doesn't have a removal spell. Alright, Intangible Virtue is a good draw. Um, let's go ahead and attack with this. So if he does have Raise the Alarm and double blocks, I can decay the Virtue. And if he passed the Pride Mage, I I'm not sure whether or not I should. I honestly think that I should just get the land and then play like an ooze or whatever. If he passed the Hierarch, that's unfortunate. Well, if he goes to path the Hierarch, I'm just going to decay the Virtue. So I think that we're okay either way. Things get bad if Soren gets involved, I guess, maybe. So it looks like our opponent's really deep in the tank here, so he definitely has something. I don't know what. Or it's just AFK. Might be that too. Alright, well, let's just play the ooze. So if our opponent has Day of Judgment here, that's really, really bad. But he didn't have it last game and he conceded super early, so it's probably not in his deck. Or at least I hope it's not in his deck. No. Okay, Soren, sure. Yes, we drew a land. Alright, so now I have to decide. Oh, yeah, it's a 3/3 Vigilance, that's right. I think I decay the token and then kill Soren and hit him for 2. That just seems like the best line. So let's do that. And I could use this mana to activate Ooze and get an extra point of damage in by eating Bird, but I'd rather hold the mana open to blow up Virtue if I need to, like if he plays like Path or something, or plays like Day of Judgment. I'm going to want to blow up Virtue in response, so I'd rather wait till end of turn for Ooze. It's kind of awkward. I think our opponent's like double queued or something, just taking forever. Maybe they have Slaughter Pact. This is one thing that's really awkward about Magic Online. Sometimes you just sit around for a while, and I'm guilty of being on the other side of this too, where my opponent has to wait for me. But it is just something really unfortunate that I wish they could, um, you know, introduce something to change that dynamic. So I really like the idea of, all right, let's send Ooze at Soren, Pride Mage at him. So if he does have Slaughter Pact, I'd rather he kill the Ooze. Kind of a really minor thing, but could matter. I'd rather have the Pride Mage since I have the backup ooze in my hand anyway. And hopefully this isn't like... Okay. Well, that was a really weird match. Our opponent conceded super early both games 2 and 3, and we lost game 1 pretty convincingly. Unfortunately, that really wasn't like a very exciting match. Let's see what we would have drawn. Lyra, not the best. Land would have been good. A couple lands would have been good. Yeah, so yeah, I guess we won this round, but it wasn't great. And I guess to finish off the thought I was saying before, I wish they had for Magic Online where you just like you can join a daily event anytime you want. Like it doesn't matter when. You don't have to sit there at exactly like 7 p.m. And then you play your first round against someone else who hasn't played a round yet of a daily event. You win or lose. Next round you play against someone else who has the same record as you. And you can just queue whenever and you just play against someone else who has the same record in a daily event as you who's also, queuing at the same time. That way there's really no downtime between rounds except maybe you have to wait a little bit. Like if you're 3-0, you might have to wait a little bit for another 3-0. But for the most part, there's just like very little downtime between rounds. Especially if there's a lot more people playing Magic Online, there wouldn't be nearly as much downtime, and you could just play whenever. And you could do things like, you're 2-0 in a daily event, you log off for the night, you come back the next day, and you just rejoin, and you're still 2-0, and you get to play your round 3 against someone who's online at the same time who's also 2-0. I don't know, it just seems like a great idea, but judging by how slow they are to adapt change for Magic Online and how, this program still looks like it did 10 years ago. I just don't really see that as something that's going to happen that soon, which is unfortunate. I really wish that Wizards would outsource Magic Online to a different company, or really start from the ground up and invest into making it secure. Because I know they say they don't care, but games like Hearthstone are really going to steal. They really have stolen, and they really will continue to steal a lot of the market from Magic Online, to the point where it's definitely possible that this program gets obsoleted at some point. Anyway, that was kind of a rant. That was a little off topic. Hopefully you enjoyed this round. I'll be back for round 3 right after this.